It all starts with visualization. Visualization is literally key to getting anything you want in your life. Now, let me give you an example. Jim Carey, he did the exact same thing. He used to visualize him making these big, huge movies.
I think it's really a marvelous thing, that visualization thing you did. Do y'all read about this or hear this? That you used to go up on Mulholland Drive and park
every night
and visualize seeing yourself as...
Yeah, I would visualize,
This is when you were broke and poor.
You know, right, having directors interested in me and people that I respected saying, you know, I like your work or whatever that is. And I would visualize things coming to me that I wanted or whatever.
This was in like 1987, 85?
Yeah. And I had nothing at that time, so it was like, but it just made me feel better. It made me, at that time, all it really was for me was kind of making me feel better. I would drive home and think, well, I do have these things, and they're out there. I just don't have a hold of them yet, but they're out there.
Okay, so you would get this from what, self-help books or whatever?
Yeah, self-help section.
Self-help section.
They've renamed it the Jim Carey wing.
So didn't you write yourself a check? I heard that you did. Is that true?
I wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe, and I dated it Thanksgiving 1995, and I put it in my wallet, and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff, but then just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on, I think it was Dumb and Dumber, maybe.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah. So you visualize yourself like...
There are so many others who've done the same thing, from Oprah visualizing herself in The Color Purple. We have Tiger Woods, he visualized himself taking his golf swing before he took the swings. A lot of athletes do this when they're trying to get into the zone. They visualize themselves making a free throw. Kobe used to visualize all the time about making that last shot and winning the game. It's all about visualization. I remember him telling a story of how Phil Jackson would have everyone just sitting there visualizing the game, and he couldn't understand it as a young person, thinking, aren't we supposed to be physically practicing? But Phil was thinking it's the mindset. You have to visualize and see yourself doing it. If you can see yourself doing it and feeling it before you do it, you will literally accomplish it. Set your goals high. Don't be afraid. Visualize. Step into who you are supposed to be.
The message that I've been trying to share with the world on my show for the past 21 years. The message is that you're really responsible for your life. You are responsible for your life. I've known this. I've known this since The Color Purple. In 1985, I've probably told you the story when I did The Color Purple, but in 1985, I did The Color Purple. Prior to that, I had read the book, Larry. Now, this is when I got The Secret thing, but I didn't know it was called The Secret. I was obsessed about this story. Obsessed about it. I ate, slept, thought all the time about The Color Purple. I audition. I don't hear anything for months. And I go to this fat farm, and I think it's because I'm fat, because I was about 212 pounds at the time. And I think I didn't get the call back because I'm so fat. And I'm at this fat farm, and I'm praying and crying, saying to God, help me let this go. Because I wanted to be in this movie so much. I wanted it, I wanted it, I wanted it. I thought I was going to be in the movie. There's all these signs that I should be in the movie. And I go to this fat farm, and I'm praying and crying. And as I'm on the track singing this song, I surrender all, I surrender all to thee, my blessed Savior. I surrender all. I'm singing that song, praying and crying. A woman comes out to me, and she says, on the track, it's raining, and she says, there's a phone call for you. And the phone call was Steven Spielberg saying, I want to see you in my office in California tomorrow. Now, what I learned from that, that moment absolutely changed my life forever, because I had drawn The Color Purple into my life. I didn't know Steven Spielberg. I didn't know Quincy Jones. But I knew that I had drawn that into my life, and it changed the way I thought about my life forever. But it is very true that the way you think creates reality for yourself.